So I haven't made a video in a while, fellas. I started my own business, still driving, but my own personal truck. I brought this trailer, secondhand, used, and my floor is getting all wet. It's damaged, you know. It's good to have trades, you know, have other skills when you start your own business, because it's a lot of things you're gonna have to fix yourself. You can't rely on nobody to do it for you. Like if you work for a business or a company, you can rely on them. So this is my door. Like, I gotta change this. And besides me getting hit by a car that kind of messed it up, I have this big broken component right here. So I'm gonna have to weld that. Like if you look, my door is kind of all the way off. But look under here, I'm gonna have to weld this some kind of way. Probably weld this to this, like this. Some kind of way, weld that gap. I don't have no extra material, so I need some type of material to weld that together. But I'll figure it out. Comes with the territory. No longer driving 18-wheelers, but still need those same bagging skills. I'm driving a truck and trailer. This is where the guy hit me at, right here. Dent all this up to that component, and then on the inside makes it kind of hard when I load my truck because there's a bulge in the floor. Let's see if y'all can see this right here. This is a big bulge in the floor, messed up my wall and everything, so I lose a little bit of space. But I'll get back with y'all and talk to y'all about my situation. All right. Set this camera up somewhere. All right, so like I was saying, I started a new business adventure. I brought a bread route. Everybody that started watching my channel, I appreciate the followers. I'm almost at 500 followers, subscribers. I no longer drive trucks over the road, but I'm still gonna talk about my experiences and the decisions I made to end up where I'm at. So, I dealt with some very bad experiences driving trucks over the road. Like I had one guy comment, commented on somebody post on TikTok, and it was about driving trucks and his experience. And I told him, I said, what I don't like about driving over the road, they don't care about you and your family. And the guy responded, he was like, it's a business. They're not supposed to care about you and your family. That's why it's a business. And at the end of the day, it's point to that, and it's true to that in a sense, but you gotta look at it from the perspective that I'm coming from. If you're a family man, you got kids you raising, then you got to care about your family. It's not about their business. You can't care about their business more than you care about your family. So, make a long story short, one of my kids is graduating, and I was in Tennessee. I'm from Louisiana. I stay in New Orleans. I was in Tennessee, and I wasn't far away from home. I wanted to be home that Thursday. It was during COVID, like around when COVID was kind of at the end. And I wanted to be home that Thursday so I could prepare the Friday for him to graduate, because they was doing separate. It was like half on Friday and half on Saturday. So the dispatcher sent me all the way to Detroit, and it was a Wednesday, I think, a Tuesday. I wanted to be home Thursday. Sent me all the way to Detroit, and booked me a load and everything. I go get the load. And before I get the load, I'm on my way to get the load. Then it dawned on me what the day was and how far away I was going to be if I did the load. So I called the dispatch and I told him, I was like, I talked to you and you said that I let you know that I needed to be home for my son's graduation. And he was like, oh yeah, that's this week. I was like, yeah, you know that's this week. I just told you this week and I told you the week before that. I gave you 2 notices. Oh, well, I booked the load. It's a good load. It's paying good. All they care about the money. That's what he's saying. It's paying good. So I called the owner. Now, mind you, I worked it for a small business. He had like 90 trucks, and those are the people for the people who get their CDL. That's the people you want to work for because you're gonna make the most money. I was getting paid 30% of the load. I was making like 32 or 34, 36,000 a week. I mean, not 1,000, 3,600 a week, between 3,400, like 32 to 34 to 36. Bad week, I was making 28. So you make good money when you work for a private owner that don't have that many trucks. So try to get with those people. They don't like to hire new drivers. I got on because of my cousin was working for him already and he liked him. So, but that's the way you want to shoot for. Not these big companies. They're not going to pay you anything. You do better work at home. Well, anyway, make a long story short. So I called the owner and I tell the owner, I was like, look, I told the dispatch I needed to be home. He never sent me home. Like he sending me to Detroit and I was in Tennessee. I was closer to home. And he was like, oh, well, if you don't like it, you can just leave the truck and fly home. I was like, no. I said, I spoke to you as well, and I told you my son was graduating. So then I guess he was like, okay, well, it's a serious matter. So he was like, oh, well, you already in Detroit. Did you get the load? First thing he said, he didn't care about nothing else. He asked, did I get the load? I was like, yeah, I got the load. I was like, but I'm telling you, I needed to be home, and I don't like the way y'all. And I just was trying to have a conversation, even though I was heated, because I was gonna drive it legally. I was gonna pull it off. So anyway, he was like, oh, okay. But we had an attitude. And after he told me I can leave the truck and fly home, I knew I was no longer gonna work for him. But what he did was, after that, I hung the phone up on him. I cursed him out and everything. I hung the phone up on him. Yep, I was not professional at that moment because all I cared about was making it to my son's graduation, and he showed, man, he didn't care about me. So that's why I say you got to care about yourself and your family more than you do about the business you work for. That's why I work for myself now. But anyway, so what he ended up doing, we did something illegal. Well, he ended up giving me another name to ride under, and I drove maybe 24, 25. I drove for a day and something straight. Or maybe I think I drove 20 some hours straight. Can't remember. But I know I drove all day. I didn't stop all the way till I made it here. But just to respond, I'm just giving y'all some information about, about the situations I dealt with in trucking. And that was just me responding like to a conversation the guy had on TikTok about my experience. But I'm gonna keep y'all updated. And I'm gonna let y'all know about my business ventures and the decisions I make. And I still have a lot of stories about me driving over the road and tips and stuff that, I can give y'all advice on. So keep following, stay tuned, man. Like and subscribe. And I appreciate you following. Stay one up on them.